Live and direct on the internet. This is our show, Anything Goes, with George and Jonathan. I'm George, and this is my best bud.
Jonathan, you guys can follow me on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
You were saying something about on what's going on Twitch. Amaranth.
How what?
You're saying something about what was going on Twitch with Amaranth and who?
Pokemon's live, and she's playing Minecraft. She has over 9,000 views. And same time as Amaranth, she's live, and of course all she's doing is dancing. But she only has like 2,000 views. So that is a shocker that someone's actually playing a game, and someone's just, of course, dancing around and try to get subs, and they got a lot less views. So I don't know. There's might be a shift in tide, maybe.
Well, like the what was I going to say? For whatever reason, Minecraft is. Wait a minute. Would you say it was Minecraft?
Yeah. Minecraft is starting to get hot again for some reason.
It's like I don't understand. I mean, retro gaming is. It's you. They get like 9,200 people watching, maybe, under the category retro gaming. It's like, and then they come up with this update for Minecraft, and everybody just loses their minds, which I don't get.
I didn't hear anything about it, so I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, I used to play Minecraft a lot, but I used to play it when it was like dead and no one cared about it anymore. But that didn't stop me from playing it.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't see what's the big deal about. I mean, to me, I don't think Minecraft was ever a real big deal. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like this super popular game ever.
Well, I mean, it was.
Mm.
Well, I can't say it. I can't. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't want to really say it is, because it's kind of not, but it kind of is right now again. I don't know. It's weird. Like, it was just a downtrend for Minecraft. No one cared about it. Next thing you know, it's shooting back up.
Yeah, I mean the graphics are horrible.
It raised from the dead.
Ooh, Jonathan just went away. There we go.
I died for a second.
Yeah, you did. What the heck happened there?
I guess that's what happened talking about Minecraft.
Yeah, he came back really quick. So
Minecraft died, man. It died, and it rose.
Well, they did sort of update or something, and
it rose from the dead, like it was nothing. Like it was like never gone.
And the same thing's going on with WoW.
And that don't give me any hope for Fortnite when Fortnite dies. I'm like, okay, when Fortnite dies, I ain't never had to worry about hearing about it again. But now seeing how Minecraft is jumping back up, I'm just like, oh man, no. Because when Fortnite dies, you could be happy about it for a while. The next thing you know, shoot right back up. And here's Fortnite again. We got some new updates, some new dances and stuff we got to pay for. Yay! Give me your wallet, mommy.
On that note, let's run the intro.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
And we're back on to our first article. Now, this is from BBC.com. Why phones that secretly listen to us are a myth. And I read through this article, and what they did is they took two phones, they put them in like noisy areas and in quiet, in a sealed box, no sound environment, and they're saying that even with the assistance enabled, that the phone's really not sending anything out. But yeah, that's not the point. What the point is, to me, why this article shouldn't exist, is the phones are listening. What they're listening for is the keyword. Now, because they have to be tuned in a way to cover different accents, different, everybody speaks differently.
Yeah.
Everybody has different accents: a British accent, a Southern accent, a New York accent, a Brooklyn accent. So it has to be done, very loosely, so that when somebody says, hey, what the other word is, or, the Apple word, trigger word, that it starts recording and sends that data to a server that says, okay, this is what, this person wants me to do. But the initial keywords are what the phones are listening for. So that's not a myth. That's what they do. That's how this works. Now, so they, as long as you have the assistant enabled, the digital assistant enabled, they are listening. That microphone is active, and what it's listening for is the keywords or the key phrase to trigger the commands.
Yeah, and I didn't got no problem with that at all, because like somebody could be playing a mass shooting and then they look up, like they see like certain things, and then I will be happy for that to trigger something and the FBI find them and like prevent that. So that will be a great thing.
Well, the thing is that doesn't go to the FBI. It just goes to, Google or Apple or Amazon to interpret. Now, later on, after the fact, is when the FBI can get those recordings.
Either way, for me, it sounds like a great idea to prevent certain things, especially if they like talking in their phone, asking for it, or telling someone else, or searching something, whatever.
But it to me is, like I said, that article is ridiculous in that its headline and the way they went about it was like dumb, because if you have the digital assistant on, it is not recording, but it is actively the microphone is on and is listening for that key phrase. Once it hears that key phrase, that's what activates it to record and send that data to whomever to interpret and respond back. We all know that, but oh no, they're not actively. Yes, they are. Don't tell people they're not. They are. That's the way they work. They couldn't work if they weren't actively listening.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Shocker to me.
It's like me wanting your attention without calling your name, or you being anywhere around me to even hear me. But when I call your name, you're instantly there and are listening.
Yeah, or you'd be like, hey, you, like, yo, you know my name, like,
yeah.
If someone say like, hey, you, I'm not going to turn around and just go keep walking. Hey, you, because it can be, especially if there's a bunch of people walking by me and all that. Like, hey, you, like, you ain't going to just turn around. You ain't going to know who you're talking to. And they'd be like, oh, hey, John. Oh, yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Then 10 Jonathans turn around.
Yeah, or that. That could be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Now, to the next article we have. Now, the Metropolitan Department seeks the public's assistance in identifying 394 persons in vehicles of interest in reference to a large group of individuals who were illegally operating all-terrain vehicles and dirt bikes on roads.
This ain't nothing new.
No, well, in a big, huge group like this, they are. But they got a bunch of images, of these people. It's the 2100 block of Minnesota Avenue. And it's like, why are you that dumb to ride these vehicles that do not belong on the road? On the road.
And people been doing it forever, so it's not shocking to me at all.
Yeah, but to do it in one large group, you don't think that's not going to attract attention?
I mean, it's going to. I mean, I've seen groups all the time, and where have like dirt bikes and four wheelers and everything else on the roads, and they doing all this stuff and tricks and all this crap. I've seen it quite a few times, and I knew half of them probably didn't even have a license, or I knew half that stuff wasn't even illegal. But there was no cops in sight either, so I think things would have been different, and if cops was like riding by or something.
Oh, all it takes is for one cop, one person. And here's the thing: in this age of everybody's got a cell phone.
No, now I'm talking about like this is like back in the day though too.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about now. So, if somebody made a phone call and they couldn't arrest them all in time. Probably not all of them, but arrest a good chunk of them in time, or what?
I mean, a lot of cops really don't want to hear that, man. That's some calls you really give the rookies, and they ain't got enough rookies for all that.
Was there fresh donuts at Dunkin'?
Yeah, they ain't got time for all that. You're like, man. I mean, it's something you'll take a rookie to. Like, yeah, okay, this is a good call for them to start out, but like they ain't got a lot of rookies starting at the same time. They're like, shit.
There's a guy named Apito. I hope I pronounced that right. In chat, just saying hello. Hi.
On what? On what?
YouTube.
Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
Konnichiwa.
I don't think he's Japanese.
It don't matter. I'm just saying it in different languages.
Well, how do you say hello in German then?
I don't know how to say it in German. I'm not saying English, Spanish, and Japanese. That's it.
Oh, well, we got to teach you 10 different languages. So by next week, hello in 10 different languages.
Or I can say konbanwa.
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 Okay.
Which is good. Was a good evening.
Buon Natal. Buon Natal.
I don't know what the hell that is.
That's Italian. That's good
Oh,
night.
well, I don't speak Italian.
Well, that's what I am. So, to our next article. Now, this is kind of funny and a little scary, at least to me, in a way, is deepfake voice used to steal over $240,000 in AI-powered heist. Now,
Yeah, how do they do that?
how did they do that with a phone call? Now,
Damn. Let me figure it out.
Somehow they knew that the COO or CEO of this company was traveling abroad to do this deal. And so what they did was they got samples of his voice and they put this together in a way to say, and they called they called the COO to say, being the CEO, I was saying, okay, yeah, we did this deal. We need this money deposited to this account right now. So what the COO did, thinking it was the CEO who did, said this over the phone, transferred the money to a Hungarian account, which was not the account it was supposed, really meant to go to once the deal was done.
So what do you do in that situation?
Well, he transferred the money, but then
I know. Well, afterwards.
He went to call him back to say, okay, yeah, I transferred the money. Well, the same AI answered and said, I did this other deal, in the meantime, and you need to transfer some more money to this other account. And that's when the COO got suspicious and finally said, realized that it was a deep, the CEO's voice was being faked.
But like, what do you do after the money goes through? Like, what do you do? Is it the bank's fault to what they do? Reimburse it or
nope? It's just gone.
Like,
no, it's just gone. There's certain countries. I mean, banking works different in different countries. Just because it's transferred from the U.S. to this country doesn't mean U.S. regulations govern it. No.
Yeah, like, what would you do? How would your bank feel? You would call them up like, hey, I need to dispute $250,000.
They transferred the cash. There's no dispute. It wasn't put on a card. So there's no disputing it.
Oh, that's their dumbness.
Yeah, they wired the money from their account to this other account, thinking it was on the CEO's order.
Oh, that's their dumbness then. Somebody's happy with $250,000.
200. Well, yeah, nearly $250,000.
Let me find out who they are. They can send something my way. I won't say anything.
Yeah, you take a quarter. I will. Either one of us take a quarter of that. But if you're in the market for,
just give me $10,000. That's all I want.
Yeah, if you're in the market for a Amazon Echo Show, the first generation, you can pick one up from a website called Woot for $50. So
screw the Echo.
Now you know what? Well, this is the Echo Show. That's the one that just doesn't record your voice, but you can make phone calls. It's video and audio.
Screw that. Don't need all that.
And it's only $50. It's the lowest price it's ever been. Well, the reason why it's the lowest price it's ever been is because they're being phased out, and the second generation is coming.
Of course.
If you pronounce PETA, wait a minute. It's fun if YouTube channel. I don't get why this hid what he said, but
what is that?
Haha, if you pronounce a pedo, it's fun. If YouTube channel have a new subscriber a greeting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do with that.
Man, I don't know. It sounds gibberish to me.
I don't mean any disrespect. If you want to watch the show, if you want to say other stuff, that's fine. But I'm just hiding that for now.
I mean, it's just
because I just don't understand what you're saying.
Maybe English is probably not the first language. It's broken English.
I appreciate that. Oh, my grandfather came here from Italy in the early 1900s, and his English was very bad.
It's okay, man. George hate the new sayings and stuff nowadays, so it's alright. Like all the new shortcuts for everything, George can't stand them. So
what am I going to do right now? What am I going to do? What is going to? No,
what is it? The Urban Dictionary. George hate everything in there, every single thing.
Oh, I mean, well,
like smash.
Oh well, let me ask you something.
George can't say that.
Oh well, the smash means to squash something, correct?
Man. No.
No, wait. The traditional meaning of the word smash is to squash something, correct?
Back then, yeah.
Okay. Well, now it supposedly means to fornicate.
Yeah. To get laid, man.
But
to lay some pipe.
It also, I've heard people use it in the context
of eating.
Of eating.
Yeah.
Well, these are two very different things. One absolutely does not relate at all to the other. So, how can the word smash be used for fornication and eating?
And actually, like, smashing something.
And actually taking a sledgehammer and smashing something.
Hey, man, it's just how it is now.
No wonder Captain Orange is in office.
No, it wasn't us.
Yeah. Well, on to the next article. Big changes are coming again to YouTube. YouTube plans sweeping changes to kids' videos after $170 million fine.
Phew.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
levied by the Federal Trade Commission
Oh,
to Google and YouTube.
that's one thing YouTube hates is fines. Oh man.
Well, especially YouTube, because if they
Yeah.
if they
If they
find
get if they get fined and they know you're the cause of it, oh man, you're in some waters.
well, and here's the way it is YouTube was illegally collecting personal information from children. Okay, and because they were doing that, that's why they got these fines. Well, there's a lot of YouTube creators that specialize in videos for children. Well, if YouTube can't monetize those videos, how can they? YouTube isn't going to continue to pay out for that, a video with X amount of hits when YouTube's not going to isn't making any money on it.
Oh yeah.
So
They're in the business of making money. If they're not going to make any money from it, they ain't going to waste the time.
well, and that's the thing. YouTube's going to make these big changes, and I believe it's they have it like a year, kind of before these changes go into effect, somewhere like that. I read it, and then now, of course, I can't find it. Uh, I believe it's somewhere around a year, or it's at least 6 or 8 months
Yeah, and
that
they're
before YouTube is going to make these changes. And I mean, YouTube isn't going to continue to keep getting fined and still support these creators.
no. Why would they, man? It's they're pretty much a corporation now. So they use the corporation motto. If I make money, you make money. So if us as a corporation make money from you, you also get paid too.
Right. Except
You
for
know, I
us,
mean,
which we're not
we take a nice
monetized.
we make a nice percentage from you, but we give you a little little
Give you a little
commission from it.
bone.
It's almost like commission. Like you sell something, they take a little off the top, but you still get something off of it. You know, the company pays you for selling it, so you make maybe they give you like maybe 5-10%. You make that, but the company makes the 90. So you make them money, they make you money, just not as much as they get.
Right. But if you have a whole, people that qualify for the YouTube Partner Program, mean that they're, popular enough that they qualify for that. Like I said, if YouTube can't collect data on what these kids are watching so that they could serve ads, YouTube's not making money. The creator's not going to make money. There's
No,
nothing that YouTube can do about that because,
they ain't got time for all that. I
well,
mean,
because they're getting fined by the government. They're
if
violating the
you
law.
if you because like I said, it's like you said, you have the regular kids channel who's kids, actually it's technically their channel, but I'm pretty sure their parents run it, but you get the idea. And then you have actual adults who have kids content,
Right.
and their goal is to target kids, so they don't have time to sit there and monitor well, if this a kid or this an adult. They ain't got time to be going through all that. You probably have thousands, maybe millions of applications coming through about the partner program. You can't monitor them all. You can't be like, well, I don't know, but this an adult or is a kid? I don't know. They don't have the resources
Well, if
to be
you're
don't
like
go
using
through all
the
that.
YouTube Kids app, it's still trying to collect data.
Yeah.
So that's where they're getting. So I mean, I feel bad for those people because they're trying to do kid type, honest, you know kids type of videos, whereas aimed at kids. I mean, we do this show I would have no problem with children watching our show. Uh, be- and but I don't think that kids would be interested in our
No,
show because of
no.
the topics that we cover are adult. They concern adults. The subject matter that we cover doesn't concern children.
No, I don't.
You know. Hi, I'm George, and this is my best bud, Jonathan. Yeah, we don't do that.
And I'll be like, you know what? Bye.
You would hang up.
We're gonna do this another time.
Yeah, when you're not being so loopy.
When you take your medication, you can call me back.
The only medication I take is I take old man vitamins.
Old man vitamins. Ain't that Viagra?
No, Centrum Silver.
Oh,
Jeez. Well, the generic version of.
oh, Viagra.
I have a pump for that. See, no child would ever understand what the hell that means. Mommy, what does it mean? Don't worry about
That
it.
sound like what hurt.
Well,
Look like someone just reached another 100 million.
who? What? Who? What? 100 million? What?
They're talking about creating a new plaque for 100 million mark. What they've been talking about.
Oh,
It looks
actually,
like it's a Red Diamond Creator Award.
they did that a while ago.
Well, they just tweeted it.
It's been out.
After one of the rarest colors of diamond. So it's going to be a red diamond instead of just a regular. What's the top one? Platinum?
No, that's the top one.
No, it's the diamond. The diamond one. No, well, now they're doing red diamond.
Yeah, that's the top one now, and T Series has it. And
Well, now PewDiePie
yeah, and
is
now
getting one.
PewDiePie. Well, I know we're
He
going
just
off
passed
subject.
100 million.
We're going off subject. He got married, passed 100 million, and congratulations to him. But and here's the thing: is T Series got to 100 million before PewDiePie did, but PewDiePie is not a corporation like T Series is. So to kind of compare the two in popularity to me is disingenuous because
I really don't even know how they got 200 million t-shirts. It just looks boring to me. It looks boring. I try to look through their stuff. I don't see any thumbnails or anything that look interesting to me at all. I can watch a few PewDiePie videos. T-shirts, I just don't see anything there. I don't know how the hell he got 100 million. I really don't.
There's lots of people in India that's where
It can't be that
T-Series
many
is.
goddamn people in India.
Let's instead of going to the next article, we're going
And I'm pretty sure all of them don't have fucking internet.
population of India. 1.339 billion people as of 2017.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them ain't got internet though.
Let's see if it works out for 2018. Just a little bit more. 2018.
I mean, who really
Projected.
comes around and talks about T-Series? No one.
Well,
Like you
that's
hear
where
people talk
they're-
about PewDiePie all the time. Like ain't nobody bringing up, hey, you heard about T-Series? No one ever says that. So when people be like, oh, you see, like PewDiePie said this, PewDiePie said that. You don't see, hey, yo, I was watching T-Series the other day, man. It was amazing.
Oh, the guy who just wanted to say that he subscribed to my YouTube channel.
Oh, subscribe to me too. Don't forget me,
Yeah, don't forget Jonathan.
J-Do FBA, man. J-Do
I'm just gonna
FBA.
have to say, you're gonna have to say it. And thank you. I'm thanking him in the chat. So, but it was the translator. He clarified. He had it from his language to English translated, and that's the way it translated.
Oh,
I appreciate it. I told him, no
where's
problem.
he from?
Well, maybe he'll type it. You asked.
Where you from, man? Where you from? That you had to translate it.
Well, he said, he
I
said
am curious.
hello earlier, so I don't know why
I
YouTube retracted them.
I mean, you can say hello. Like hello's easy. It's a 5-letter word. It's very
Well,
simple.
yeah, but it retracted it. Message retracted.
I don't
Maybe
know.
he did it. I don't get it. But next to the next article, which is, when was the last time you went to the dentist?
A couple weeks ago, actually.
Ransomware hits hundreds of dentist offices in the U.S. Ransomware group gains access to dental software backend, deploys ransomware on customer systems. Isn't that nice to know that all your dental records are locked up now?
I mean, I really don't care. Like, you want to see what my dental records is? Take a look. I don't get
No,
too
it
fucked.
locks it so that no one can see or access the record,
I,
including people who are
I
supposed
don't,
to
I
have
don't,
access.
I
Well,
really don't see what was the. Who cares?
because like you get your teeth X-rayed, right?
Yeah,
And they see a cavity. Well, you make an appointment and you go back a week later to get that cavity filled, right?
yeah.
Well, I have to do the X-ray again because they're locked out of the X-ray record.
Okay, that's fine. You know, I really don't care. I don't see why you have to lock the stuff up like it's that super important for teeth. Ain't nobody. It's not like I'm gonna go down the street and just start yanking out people's teeth. It's like, oh man, you got some nice teeth, and just start yanking them out. Here, I
Well,
want these. They mine now.
well,
They
they
worth
need to
thousands of
know.
dollars. I'm snatching these up.
Well, they need to know.
Oh, you got some nice dentures? Let me take those.
Well, that's the thing is they need to have that record. They were locked out of the record.
Oh well, they can stop being a bitch and just fucking do the X-ray again.
Well, well. Are they going to pass that cost on to you, or are they going to have to absorb it?
Oh, they better absorb it. My insurance better absorb it. Someone better absorb it. Better not send me no damn bill.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah, they send me a bill they want to. I ain't paying it.
Well, then they ain't doing your filling either for your cavity.
That's fine. I'll fill it my damn self.
I got super glue at home.
Yep, that's super glue. I can find some technique with clay or something. I'll figure it out.
On to the next story, which is, now if you have a GPS tracker for your child or your pet, there's 600,000 GPS trackers for people and pets are using 12345 as a password.
I mean, I have one in my dog, but I don't. He has a microchip, but
Yeah, this is not the microchip. This is something like you would attach to his collar that is Bluetooth. And it's always transmitting so that you know where the dog is.
what's the point of
Then anybody can find out where your children or your dog is.
that can work in a bad way too? Because like, what if your dog been abused and he's trying to get away from you for a reason? And then you're looking at your phone. Oh yeah, I got you, motherfucker. I see where you're going.
Or let's say
You can't get away from me that easy.
Or if you have an expensive dog that you pamper and, like a pedigree dog. And all of a sudden he
Right.
turns up missing because somebody tied into his collar, and now that other person knows where he is, so that, you put him out to potty. Okay, now's the time to go snatch him.
Go ahead.
Same
You
thing
want the
with your
dog?
child.
You want the dog? Take the dog.
Well,
You better not call me for no ransom, because you ain't getting shit.
yeah, I can't get blood out of a turnip.
I mean, I care about my dog. I don't care about him that much. You can. All right, man. Give me give me $2,000 or the dog gets it. Hey, man. I guess the dog gonna have to get it.
Well, on to well, the same thing could be said for your child.
Hey, man. The same thing. I ain't got no money. They gonna have to get it.
Well, that's the thing is they shouldn't be able to tie into the collar to have access through the app to where your child is. That's nobody's business but yours. And it's not hard to have a rotating password for each different collar.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than people hacking into freaking baby cameras and screaming at the baby and shit like that. That shit's weird. That's some weird shit right there. You got to be bored out of your mind to sit there and hack a baby monitor and just scream at the baby, telling the baby to like be quiet and shut up and everything. Like it knows what you're saying.
Well, there's
The
that.
baby's gonna sit there like, what the hell is this? Like, what the hell? I'm trying to sleep. Shut up. Like, I don't know what you're saying.
And
It's gibberish to me.
it's just going to rouse the parents into, coming around.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. Like, what the hell? Like, parents get freaked out. They be like, what the I hear talking in his room. Especially we have people that's like super skittish about like ghosts and stuff. Like, oh man, it's haunted in there. No, it's just someone like hacked your baby monitor, just like talking shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, to the next story,
I feel sorry for the ones who don't figure that out, and then they come and get like a priest to bless the house and everything. Like, look, it's just a dude in your monitor. It's just a guy who hacks your shit.
Yep. And
he was bored.
Coming over and doing that ain't going to do anything anyway.
I mean, if I was good at hacking, I would not be wasting my time hacking baby monitors. Like, how fucked you got to be to hack baby monitors and sit here and cuss a baby out? What the hell did baby do to you? What, you baby threw up on you one day? You just like, no, fuck all babies. Like, what happened?
Well, and that's the thing. People think that's fun and funny. It's like, why would why would anybody think that?
For one, if your goal is to hurt someone, the baby's not going to understand what you're saying. So he's not going to hurt the baby's feelings. No, so
it's just going to rouse the parents and inconvenience them.
I really don't get the goal. I really don't. I mean, if your goal is that, you know what, that baby threw up on me, I'm gonna hurt this mom. I'm gonna cuss him out. Like, the baby's gonna sit there like, huh? What is he saying? Huh? What's going on?
Start crying
I don't know.
Wake you up.
What's going on? I just mama, give me a bottle. I don't know what's going on. I just need a drink.
And to our next article, critical Android warning issued for 1.25 billion, with a B, smartphone users. And guess where this vulnerability comes from?
Where?
The app WhatsApp.
Here we go with the WhatsApp.
Which is owned by, I don't know, Facebook.
I don't use that. No, what the hell are you using it for? What?
I don't know, but it could be manipulated to change the text of a message and identify the identity of the sender, so that it essentially identifies who you are through your phone. And this is done over the air, so it's
supposed to be some like free chat shit, I think.
Yeah, that's what.
Like, so you can like chat for free or something. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. I know a lot of foreigners, like, they use it for communication.
Yeah, that they don't want their government. Governments aren't like the U.S. government, where there's certain laws and regulations that the government has to follow, and then the Constitution. Or in other governments, they basically own you, and that's the kind of stance that they take.
I really don't care for it. Yeah. I only hear about it when I read about it, or someone else talks about it. But me actually using it, I really don't care. I usually like disable it once I get a new phone or something, so I really don't care.
Well, not everybody does, though, and that's the sad part of it.
I do. I ain't never gonna use it. I'd be like, what the hell? What's that? What the fuck is that? I ain't never gonna use that.
Yeah. You already got a text, your text program. What do you need with all these others?
I have Messenger, I have Skype, I have regular texting. There's other ways you can reach me, like WhatsApp. No, that just seems fishy to me. Like, someone be like, hey man, get on WhatsApp, I need to talk to you. Like, no, you can hit me up on Messenger, or you can hit me up on Skype, or you know what, you can email me if it's something private. But no, I'm not getting on there.
Yeah. Well, to our next article, we have a scam alert for iPhone users.
Yay.
Warned not to answer calls from Apple support unless they request them. And this is pretty neat, is Apple has this, if Apple calls you, there's a trusted logo, that special logo that pops up on the phone to identify that this is actually Apple calling you. But what these people have found out is how to get that to display when they're calling you, so that you think it's Apple calling you from Apple support and not them.
Yay, that sounds fun.
But wait, there's more. You remember last week we talked about with Apple, with the vulnerability through the websites.
Yeah.
Well, massive iOS hack raises questions about Apple's iPhone and security. And this deals with that and the other vulnerabilities that are a part of the iPhone. And it touches on, Google's finding of that vulnerability in iPhones. If you visit a website with this malicious code, it only affects iPhones.
What's up, Lucky? What you want, man? What's going on?
It only affects iPhones because it only affects the Safari browser.
Oh.
That's part of iPhones. Hi. Cute little puppy. But in response, Apple fires back at Google report over iPhone security flaws. And what this is Apple's way of toning down because these sites have to have this certain code in them, and they're only found in China to be from Chinese sites. There's a shock.
Yay.
But anybody could go to a Chinese site from the U.S.
Yeah.
And the fact that this exploit is there means that, hey, if you don't fix this, then it's going to cross the pond to other countries, including the U.S. Because when they find out that, hey, this hack is viable and useful, then it's going to be abused. Thank you very much. So deal with it and say thank you to Google and move on. But no, what does Apple do? It tries to downplay it and ridicule Google for finding it. Like you should be thanking them.
Yeah, why not? Why thank them? It's no point. Might as well be mean to someone who found something useful, but it's just like some people like get an attitude when you like return their wallet or something if they drop their wallet. Like that, I never understood that. Like someone, if you lost your wallet or purse or anything, and someone brings it like to you, like, hey, then like, hey, I got your wallet. You dropped it like a few blocks back. I was trying to call for you, but it just kept going. But well, get out, give me my wallet, get out of here, you creep. Like, huh? What the fuck? Like, what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Did you take any money out? No, I just wanted to give it back to you. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Trust issues.
Yeah, I mean, well, it could be because they found it and they're their competitor. That's my best guess.
I don't know. Like I said, they're like those weird people who gets mad when you find something that someone else lost and then you return it to them and they didn't get an attitude for it. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
But on to the next article, which is, we tested popular cell phones for radio frequency regulation. Now the FCC is investigating. Guess who?
I don't know.
You remember the iPhone 7?
Yeah, of course.
They sent these phones out. 11 different models. And Apple iPhone 7S at full power put out double the radio frequency that what they claimed to the FCC that it would put out.
Yeah.
So, and that's, against your ear, this higher than it's supposed to be dose of radiation, radio frequency.
Yeah.
No wonder you have short-term memory loss.
It happens.
But Apple, not to be outdone, is, I think it's next week, is coming out with a new iPhone 11 Pro.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
More iPhones. Well,
here we go.
And this is what they're saying, that they're speculating that Apple's going to be releasing at its next big event. It's going to be the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and iPhone Pro Max.
Best Buy is gonna be busy next week.
I don't know.
I am pretty sure there's probably gonna be a line out there of crazy weirdos because they think it's a next best thing. Oh man, I can't wait. I'm stand in line all day. I'm pay a little bit. Let me pay some. Let me pay 30 more cents on my bill.
That with 30 more cents.
Is there a price? Is there a price on that thing? Because I know it can't be cheaper than the X.
Yeah, there's no prices yet because it's actually not released. Apple hasn't confirmed it, and this is really speculating that they're coming out with they're going to be announcing new phones at their next big event. But they also claim that this picture is one that was taken and released out into the wild.
Man, I know it ain't gonna be cheaper than the X though. So
Yeah,
get your
wallets out. $30 more a month.
If you just bought the X, get ready to turn that bad boy in for the new 11.
11 Pro Max.
So get ready to add that extra 50 cents on your bill that what they spill you.
And then we have, guess what? Facebook back in the news. A huge database of Facebook users' phone numbers found online. And this didn't affect the people in the United States. This was basically in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It actually exposed 419 million records over several databases on users across different countries, including 133 million records on U.S.-based Facebook users. And so it does affect us too. Sorry, but it was like name, phone number, and here let me show you because this is the way it came across as phone number, the ID of the phone. If you had a birthday in there, it would put that country, your gender, hometown, location, name was always there. I don't know what status is, but it also had when it was the record for Facebook was last updated. And that's special.
Oh, here come my dog again.
Now, based on that, all right, now, I think we touched on this last week. Why would anyone trust Facebook with their love life? And this is, I totally agree with this. Excuse me. Which is, Facebook trying to launch that dating app.
I thought they gave up on it. Are they going to charge like everyone else? Are they going to do that? Are they going to do that? Oh yeah, try it for free crap, or that's what they're going to do?
Who knows? But hopefully they end up nixing it.
Because it's crazy how, like, all these apps, well, the good ones anyway, like, you got to pay. Like, that is insane. You do the free trial, like, oh, okay, well, you got to pay, this to read the messages. Like, what in the hell? Like, what? So now you gotta pay for connection.
Who knows? But hopefully,
and then if you do get the girl, you got to pay for that too.
Well, and here's the thing: is why would you trust Facebook after it's weekly that we have some sort of article about a Facebook leak that Facebook confirms has happened? Why would you trust them anymore? And especially to get another new app to do something else for you.
Yeah, why you don't hear about.
I mean, there are other, entities out there that have been doing it and specialize in doing this sort of thing.
Yeah, you don't hear about Match.com ever getting hacked.
Well, not yet.
Or spilling data or any data breach or nothing.
Yeah. So now the FCC, it's not anything goes show without the FCC. And this is a good thing.
Or Apple.
Right.
Or Elon Musk.
Oh, he's coming up. FCC offering up $950 million to improve broadband in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Now,
Didn't they just say they wasn't going to do anything? I, I could have swore they was going to say they was going to cut them short or something not too long ago. Now they're going to improve it.
yep.
They
But
need to make up their damn mind. It's either you not or you is. Like,
well, and I have no issue with it, to as long as they do it properly. And what I mean by that is they're going to have to bury these cables and not put these cables on poles. Because what happens to the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico every year? Hurricanes.
hurricanes, tsunami floodings, and
So
all kind of flooding stuff to do with water.
now, if they do it right, I have no issue with this. But if they're going to just throw them up on a pole, well, what's going to, the next, we just had Hurricane Dorian or whatever, Doria, that came through. And,
Doria.
or whatever. And the Bahamas got nailed because it stalled there and just kept spinning there for quite a while before it finally came up, and then it hit Florida. The tornado itself didn't hit Florida, but Florida still got flooded. A lot of water.
Yeah, I hope people ain't got no planned trips to the Bahamas.
And it went right up the coast, followed up the coast, and hit the Carolinas big time.
Yeah.
And we could get into what we'll get into it a little bit. Captain Orange with his little chart that he drew, a line that said that Alabama was in the was going to be part of the past. Well, everybody.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing: is he actually violated federal law, and the reason that the law exists is it says that you cannot tamper with official weather service charts or predictions, and that's what they did. And they seem to think it's okay. Well, there's a reason why these laws exist, and especially you're the president of our country. Okay, we're not talking about George did this or Jonathan did this, because who's going to care when the president does this? That, I'm sorry, is a different story, and he needs to be held to a higher standard. Because when if Obama came out and did the same thing, I would be saying the same darn thing.
I lost respect for my man. My dude was like, I never heard of a Category 5. I'm like, what? What? He says this every time there's a Category 5 hurricane. He's like, I never heard of a Category 5. Like, what?
Well, and then he's messing with the what they call the spaghetti path, and what it is the computers generate where they think that the hurricane or tornado, what path it could take, and it's a bunch of lines. A few of the lines went to Alabama, but he drew specific ones going there. And when he holds up that chart that says this, and because he's altered it, everybody's like, well, there's certain people that are like, oh, that's not a big deal. But Obama wore a tan suit, and everybody lost their minds.
Hey, man, my man had style, man. My man had flow. Just because he didn't take the good old normal spill and just like, well, I'm just going to go to wear the normal black suit. He was like, no, I'm going to be different. And there was nothing wrong with being different.
Yeah, I mean, but it's over a suit.
If you guys,
but with this guy, where people's lives, the effect of people's lives are important. Oh, well, it's going to go to Alabama. Well, no, the majority, the overwhelming majority of the tracked it going up the East Coast. And so what ended up happening is it ended up going towards the Carolinas, more so than Florida, which, hindsight is 2020. But if the people in Carolina were like, oh, well, our president said it's going to head towards Alabama.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what he says.
And put any, credibility or credence to what he's saying, that's a big problem.
Like when someone has to constantly say, every time do we have a Category 5 hurricane. To say that they never heard of a Category 5 hurricane, even when they just talked about it like last year, and I
Yeah.
never heard of a Category 5 hurricane. I'm like, hold on, like what? Like, yo, like, and people probably cheer for him. Yeah, he never heard of a Category 5 hurricane. He's awesome. I love this guy. Even though he just said it last year when the last Category 5 hit. I love this guy. His short-term memory works great for him.
Well, speaking of nut jobs, Elon Musk says he's embarrassed after a simple electrical fault scrappered his latest SpaceX launch. And of course, I mean,
SpaceX, here we go.
yeah, because I'm sorry, companies, private company or whatever you want to say, marketplace companies, should not be in the business of space. That should be one entity, and that's NASA. NASA is government owned, I mean, they could fund, projects through NASA, but NASA ultimately has to say whether they go forward, continue to, develop, or whether they say, this is a bad thing. No, because something like SpaceX, if you throw enough money at them, hey, I want this spy satellite put up into space, then guess what's going to happen? But if it has to go through NASA, very well unlikely, very well NASA is going to say, no, we're not putting up a spy satellite up for you.
Spy satellite.
You get what I mean. Some sort of satellite that has nefarious means. But
Yeah.
to the same thing, where, and just to give you a clue about Elon Musk. Elon Musk drops a bombshell over alien existence and how SpaceX is better than Area 51. And to quote, okay, SpaceX, he says, people ask me if I have been to Area 51. Okay, please, SpaceX actually is Area 59, and that is 8 better than Area 51. And this is the man that's putting rockets into space.
Oh yeah, man. You got dumb Trump, then you got dumb Eli.
And then I mean, this is the same guy who says, "Well, we need to colonize Mars." And I understand that there's going to come a time, millions or billions of years from now, when our sun is going to burn up. It's going to take all the planets in our solar system with it. Keep in mind what I just said. So going from Earth to Mars is going to do what?
Nothing. At all.
Why don't we work on, I don't know, the planet that is best hospitable to our form of life? Why don't we take care of that planet?
Nope. We gotta colonize this somewhere else.
Well, that's so he can make more money, I'm sure.
Yeah. And it's not like you can go back and forth from here in Mars. Like, you take that trip to Mars, you ain't come back.
Well, I think it's like a 8-month trip or something.
5 months.
But there's only a 2-week window that you have 2 weeks that the Earth can to fire the rocket off.
Yeah, and then they said it's a one-way trip. So,
well, I mean, they could technically.
You're not coming back. You ain't coming back. You can go and think what you want. Rules are different when you get there.
Well, once they have a landing.
Like, oh, you thought you was going back? Nope. You stand here now. They're gonna start slavery back up. Here you go. Here's your rice. Go pick those fields.
But to the next article, much more.
No, master. Don't beat me, master, please.
AMD announces BIOS fix for Ryzen 3000 boost clocks update comes September 10th. And what it is the boost clocks on the 3000 series chips were not actually hitting their boost clock as was stated. And it's a software fix, which is like, yay, go AMD. But to the next article, I mean, that's not a big deal, but I mean, that is a good announcement that, hey, they're going to fix that. But to the next article, AMD keeps dominating with its Ryzen 5 3600 close to overtaking Intel's entire CPU sales.
Good. That's their fault, man. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it. It's Intel's fault. They got lazy because they didn't think they thought it was untouchable.
Well, and here's the opinion that I've heard about that, and what it is was that like when AMD released the FX series of processors, they overhyped it, and it really didn't hit the targets that it was supposed to. So Intel thought, oh well, this is just going to be the same thing. Well, they took the big risk that AMD didn't learn their lesson. Well, apparently AMD did learn their lesson and delivered what they promised.
Well, like I said, Intel still they got lazy. They was sitting there on their high horse, on their pedestal. They was like, yeah, man, we're on
Right.
top of the world. We're untouchable. No one's gonna ever catch up with us for years to come. No one's gonna catch up with us. Then AMD was like, you know what? Hold my beer.
And that's exactly what happened. And Intel got caught with its metaphorical pants down. Now, another bad thing for Intel is they've come out and said Cinebench, which is three-dimensional rendering, which takes advantage of cores and processor speed and really taxes a system, is what rendering does. And that, to me, is like, any movie you see is with computer graphics is rendered. So the more horsepower of that chip, the faster it's going to chew through a frame or, render an animation.
Yeah.
But like one of the programs that does that three-dimensional graphics animation is called Cinebench. Cinebench has a test that gives you gives you a score as to how your processor performs against other processors doing this task. And AMD beats Intel. Now Intel's saying, well, no, that's not really a viable test because not everyone does that. Well, that also deals with multitasking.
Yeah. You know what Intel remind me of? Intel reminds me of that person who's winning the race, and then they celebrate when they get close to the finish line. They sit there and celebrate and everything, and then next thing you know, the next person passed them, and then they lose.
Yep. Now they're whining.
That's what that's what Intel was doing. They was right there at the finish line, doing their dancing, celebrating with their hands up, like, yeah, we ready to cross this rope. And then you got AMD right behind them, just ran right past them. And he's like, hold on, what? How you get up here?
How
Like,
do you get past the finish line?
my knees hurt. I can't run any faster. Hold on.
Yep. And that deals with, like gaming typically takes advantage of two cores. Well, the faster those two cores are, the faster the game is going to be. Well, if you're gaming and streaming and doing this and doing that, then you need multi-cores. And that's where AMD is taking Intel to lunch.
Not even the fact that they're much, much cheaper as well.
Yeah. Well, on to Nintendo.
Oh, man.
Nintendo. Say goodbye to regular schedule of emulated classics on Switch. And what they've been doing is releasing games from the NES to the Switch, so that like Super Mario World, the older games, the real games from SNES, you can now play on your Switch.
I can play it on my PC.
Well, that's through other means. Whereas this, you could.
I like how you played that one off.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though.
You don't want to say like emulation. You was like, that's just by other means, but
well, it is because
try to play the nice card.
Well, no, it is because
all right, Santa.
Because it's emulating the hardware. But if you wanted to buy a SNES game and put it on your Switch, there's only certain ones you could do. Nintendo is in the process of shutting it down. But to the good news, all the Nintendo games ported from the Wii U to the Switch, and that's what they're working on now. Is just the Wii U games they're
I mean,
expecting
there was quite a few.
support
I
them.
mean, I really don't care for the Switch at all. I mean, I hope one day they actually come out with an actual console version of the Switch instead of the handheld thing. You gotta keep the damn thing like docked in there. If they come out with an actual console version, then I probably will get it. I mean, I just don't like the fact of having like the damn thing docked in there, and then one of my kids can go up to it and just rip it off while I'm trying to play something. And like, to me, that just don't. It's a handheld. It's pretty much a handheld that you can plug up to your TV.
Well,
That's what it is to me.
yeah, and here's the thing. What if you're in bed and your kid wakes up early and goes down and grabs it out, starts playing a game and drops it and breaks it?
That
Then
too.
what? Then
That
what?
too. Like a console, you can't move it back and forth. You can't really take it nowhere. Like you're locked to whoever is hooked up to. That's what I like. I like that because I really have no need for it because for one, I can't really stand handhelds because I'm bad with them. I think they should have did it both ways to what is the word, to satisfy both crowds. Yeah, you have people that's happy about the handhelds. You have people who don't want it because it's technically a handheld that you just put into a thing. I wish they had actual two separate versions. I wish they had a console version and their console / handheld version. That's what I wish they did. But it was like, you know what? They was going to do the handheld thing because to me, being handheld, yeah, it's making money now, but
Yeah.
I think it might die off. I mean, like say if the PSP came out like that. The PSP was supposed to be. It was overhyped for
Oh
one.
yeah, it was.
It was overhyped, and it's supposed to be this next big great thing. Don't get me wrong. I loved the PSP. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of times I only used it is when I was like traveling or going to work on a bus or something like that. But other than that, I really didn't play it at home. I played my console. So I can see that it works for people who travel and who want to take those games with them and stuff like that. That's cool. I'm fine with that. That's why I said they should have two separate versions, or at least make one in the future, or at least have the idea of it. Because to me, I think that'd be great.
Well, that is our last article of the night, and that is the last of our show.
The last of our show. The
Man.
last. The
Now,
very last. The
you
last
all
of us.
are caught up to date because there was articles I threw in there today because normally we do the show Thursdays, but we did it today, so I threw more in.
It's The Last of Us, and GameStop is not going to be around too much longer. So,
Oh yeah, they're closing down 2,400 stores or something like that.
I don't even know. I just know they're not going to make it much longer to the point where they're canceling people's pre-orders.
Let's see, game stop.
Yeah, look that up. Look up GameStop canceling pre-orders. They literally canceling. You know how GameStop has those big collection bundles that they like to do. You pay like $100 for like the special collectibles or whatever.
Canceling.
They're literally going in and canceling people's orders because for their like collector's edition of something.
And all I see is how to cancel one. It's changing its pre-order refund policy. That was from February. Well, I did read something. I really hesitated to mention it because
I forgot where it was. I should have saved the article, but yeah, GameStop is going in and canceling orders. I think it's what game was it for? I think Borderlands. I think it might be for.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah, I think that's what it is for. I think that they're canceling. Hold on, let me see. GameStop canceling Borderlands 3
Hey,
pre-order.
you want to look at that? I'm going to run and turn the light off in the other room, and I'll be right back. So
Yeah.
keep looking that up.
I said something, I said, well, you never listened to me. When I said, she might have like some kind of learning issue or she, could be, she's not up with the rest of the kids and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, they should have already known. Uh,
Sorry about that. Did you find it?
Yeah, somewhat. And then it seems like they're trying to like cover it up now. I'm ready to send it to you now.
We're on.
Skype.
Okay. I don't know if you can, considering we're in the middle of a call.
All right, I'll send it through Messenger then.
All right. Yeah, no surprise they're trying to cover it up. Let's see. All right. Let's see. And let's bring that over here. GameStop pre-order cancellations explained. Is canceling pre-orders prompting concerns the company is going out of business, which that would coincide with the rumor that they're closing 2,400 stores.
Yeah, but they're living in denial as well. They're doing that denial thing that Sears did.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. They just laid off more than 100 employees, which that's like just could be people they didn't need anymore. Who knows?
Yeah, and the thing is, they're about to start hiring people too for holidays, so that's kind of weird that they lay people off.
Customer pre-order Borderlands Super Deluxe Edition. The Twitter account confirmed there is just a bug with the site, saying that while we're working on this feature, the company also apologizes for the inconvenience. But yeah, well, here's the thing: something like that, you can't have that bug on your website where it's canceling orders, especially now in the position that they're in, the financial position that they're in. Because what's the likelihood that they're going to come back to GameStop to reorder that game?
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Like, GameStop website been out for years, and you can pre-order on there for like ever. All of a sudden now, since you're in a financial crisis, there was a bug canceling, your orders. So,
yeah,
they're all of a sudden, after all these years of not ever people really having a big issue with pre-orders being canceled, now, oh yeah, it's just a bug. It's just doing that, and we're sorry that it's happening. So,
and by looking at it,
we're working on it.
Why would that bug only happen on one game?
Yeah, that too. Why is it not just other games as well?
Right, because by looking at it, they're only talking about Borderlands 3 pre-orders being canceled.
And the thing is, they've been having this issue with Borderlands 3. Not just, I ain't talking about GameStop with the bankruptcy thing, but just Borderlands 3 in general. There's been a lot of issues going on with that game. Just like who screwed up? Was it Epic that they put on their website early, trying to sell it at a discount?
Yeah, then they had to pull them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had to pull them. So it's just this game is they're for one they're to me it seems like they're overhyping it, and a lot of times when you overhype something, it normally never good as they say it is.
Yeah, and it ends up biting you in the hiney.
Yeah, and then so now all of a sudden you have this bug that's supposedly canceling pre-orders, but why is it just only for that one game? You have Cyberpunk, that's not too far away. I mean, it's not far away. It's only like months out. Sometime next year, they're not getting canceled. But Borderlands 3, since it's about to be released soon, why is that all of a sudden getting canceled? You have other games that's about to come out soon too, and you don't see anyone talking about them ready to get canceled.
Right. So who knows?
I'm pretty sure they probably have some big, stupid statue or something that they shouldn't be putting in there, but they're trying to make extra money for it, so they're going to charge you more. and just throw it in there like, oh yeah, we got this handcrafted, statue, that the artist sat there, for days, hand paint this thing, and so it's definitely worth your money.
Yeah, right. No, it was just made in China, made of plastic crap.
done by done by Pablo down the street.
Yep. Well, that is all for our show. And now you know what you need to know. And I'm Jord. This is Anything Goes. And this is my best bud.
I'm Jonathan. Like I said, you guys can follow me on JDFPA on YouTube, JDFPA90 on Twitter, and JDFPA on Twitch. And I have to work in the morning. Tired.
Yep. Well, we will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.
Peace.
Peace.